Here I am on my little Sanyo mini split. As you see, I've got it taken apart. I was here yesterday and I replaced the circuit board. What a pain it is. In order to replace this board, you got to take all the wires off, of course, but then this little panel right here, this little sheet metal piece, the two screws right there, that's under this cover right here, you got to take those two screws out, lift this whole thing up, and this screw right here, there's 3 screws under here. You got to take those 3 screws out, and the circuit board actually slides off of the sheet metal part. So I was here yesterday, I did that, got it started up, checked the refrigerant, and it was running a minus 5 pounds of pressure. So she said, the homeowner told me that they already had somebody put some refrigerant in it, and so I, naturally assumed that it had a leak. So I came back today and started it upstairs, of course, at the air handler. And I come out, I could not find anything up there. Checked the line set. We'll show you here in a couple minutes what that looks like up there. Could not find a line set, or could not find a leak in the line set or the air handler. So I came back out here, took the unit apart, as you see, and checked the coil, checked all my lines there. When I first got here, I was sitting on 109 pounds of standing pressure on my gauge. So I knew we were low. Of course, I checked all the obvious places, the caps down there and the flare nuts, and couldn't find it leaking anywhere. So let's go in the garage and I'll show you what we did. Before we go up in the garage, let me show you. See the window up there? Right there? Well, the air handler kind of sits center of the window. And what they did is they came across the window, came down the wall, like that, into the garage, and came across in the wall, and then came out the wall. So let's go in there and check it out. As you see, they've put OSB on the wall. Alright, so here I am. I can't get any further back because the big silver Ford truck behind me. So yeah, as you see, we took the one sheet off the wall, because what I figured, I didn't know what they did or how they got the line set down. But after I got this down, this piece of OSB, after I got it down off the wall, I took my H10 there, stuck right inside of here, and it started going off. So, of course, the refrigerant didn't have nowhere to go, and once I figured out that the unit was low, I pumped it up with got my nitrogen out and pumped it up to 300 and something pounds of pressure. So, because I wasn't picking anything up whatsoever. So anyway, so comes across, right there it is. Now what the guys have done, I'm assuming, is they went to Home Depot, because this was not installed by a professional. It was actually installed by a contractor, an electrician, and the homeowner was like, oh, come on guys, you can do it. So there you go. This one here is leaking, as you saw from the intro of the video. That's where it's leaking at right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it. I'm going to cut it, and I'm going to swedge it. I'm going to braze it up and put everything back together, start getting a vacuum pulled on it, and we will call this one done. But let's go upstairs and check out the air handler, that situation up there. Alright, there it is up there in all of its glory. And what they did is, that little box right there on the floor, they built that little box to cover up the line set up there, runs across and then down. So I told her that if I was the one doing this job, I would have tried to talk them into moving it over and then go straight down, or just straight out the wall and then come across and then down, versus doing all this. So if you're doing one of these jobs, kind of gotta pay attention to what you're what you're doing, and go as short as you possibly can. I know they went an extra, what, 2 foot there and down there, and then all the way across the bottom. So they actually had enough line set if they would have just went straight out up here and then down on the outside of the wall instead of inside. Alright, so I've got the flare taken apart. Well, I thought it was a flare, but I don't think it is. Look at that. They took a, look at that, they got the brass insert for, wow, for a plastic pipe compression fitting. So if you're out there and you're wondering if you can use a compression fitting to put line sets together, the answer is not no, but hell no. There you go. Home Depot hardware right there. We're getting ready to braze this up. And that one. And that one right there. That one wasn't leaking, but that one definitely was. Alright, so I've got it cut loose. Look at that. Oh, it's kind of like Pinocchio. I shall not tell a lie. Whoop. So, yeah. It's no wonder we had a freon leak. And then that's the other line. That was a regular flare, but I guess I've used some Teflon tape on it. So, there you go. And then get it cleaned up, get it swedged, and get them brazed in, pull the vacuum, and get everything put back together so I can go home. I don't normally use MAP gas, but for this little thing right here, I decided just to drag it out versus a torch. The oxy is settling, and there you go. It's not the best, but that's what you get when you use MAP gas. But anyway, it's brazed up. Just got to cut the 2x4 a little bit. I didn't want to extend it up or extend the line set, and it'll be, you know, 2 more brazes in the wall. 1 is plenty in this situation. Like I said, I'll just cut the 2x4, stick it in, and then we'll be fine. Alright, here's that circuit board where the snake had made his way, and he really got toasted, man, because what he did when he crawled across here, he caught one of the capacitors. He caught one of these capacitors here, boy, and when he did, I'm sure there was a spark in there. Anyway, but here's that board. You see, it all comes as one piece, and remember a while ago I said you had to take the 3 screws out. Well, there's one, and there's one. So 1, 2, 3. You unscrew those 3 screws, and you slide this out. But before you do, you got a couple. You got that plug, that plug, and that plug, and that plug right there. And then this plugs onto the electronic TXV. This goes over to your power, S1, S2, and S3, and of course your ground wires right here. Those screw into that sheet metal panel that you had to unscrew. Of course, these go down. I think that's the compressor. I'm not for sure. And then that one may be the fan. But anyway, there you go. Let's see. I can't read the Japanese writing. I'm sure those are compressor wires right there. We'll check it here in a minute. Let's see. That's it. So the snake actually saved the unit from killing the compressor, since it had a refrigerant leak. So there you go. Alright, enough of that. I'm going to put this stuff back together so I can get out of here. I I feel like I'm cheating on Mitsubishi by working on the Sanyo, but what are you gonna do? So there she is, hanging up on the wall. There's that little box they built to cover up the line set, and there's a unit up there. So it's in, put back together. I'm just glad the leak wasn't in that coil, because they already bought a board for the outdoor unit. Just glad they didn't have to buy another unit. Okay, so everything is done, wrapped, and strapped into place. I had to cut that 2x4 because I just did not want to extend it and have 4 braces in the wall. This way I only have 2. I normally do not do disclaimers in my videos because honestly I really don't care if you buy stuff and you put it in, and it's your choice. If you want to buy your stuff, put it in yourself, that's fine. You do what you want to. But the problem with you doing it yourself without the training and the experience is stuff that happened to this line set. If you're going to buy something, my best advice to you, if you're going to buy it because you don't want to pay our markup, fine, buy it. Have a licensed guy or experienced guy put it in for you. It has cost them more money, and when the guy that did put this in put it in, see, he didn't do it right. These lines going all the way out are supposed to be wrapped individually. See how these two are wrapped right here individually? Both the saturated vapor line and the liquid line are supposed to be wrapped individually and not run together in the same armor flex. So that's just another experience deal. So that's my disclaimer. You want to buy it, buy it, but please have an experienced guy, licensed guy, put it in for you. It's going to cost you, but it'll be installed correctly. That finishes the job off just right. Hey everybody, before I close the video, I would like to send out a congratulations to Ralph and Daniel from R&D Refrigeration and Air Conditioning. They're, I think they're a little southwest of San Antonio, but they just won the Best Partner Award through Johnstone. And, I just want to say, fine job, you guys. You deserve it, and congratulations.